Hi there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training website passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to give you 5 last minute interview tips that are going to help you to pass your interview. So if you have a job interview coming up for any role or any organisation within the next 24 hours, make sure you watch this presentation from start to finish, because I'm going to help you to be the standout candidate. And just very quickly, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so I can keep you updated on all the latest interview tips and strategies, and please give the video a like, because that motivates me to create more content for you. Let's get straight into the presentation. Last minute interview tip number 1 is to make sure you quickly research the company you are applying to work at before your job interview. Because if you quickly research the company before the interview, it gives you 2 advantages. Advantage number 1, it tells the interviewer that you are genuinely interested in working for their company. Now, most interview candidates just want a job and they are not bothered who it is with. However, if you show a keen interest in working for their company, you are more likely to get hired. Advantage number 2, if you research the company before your interview, it gives you something to talk about, and it also enables you to answer difficult interview questions such as, why do you want to work for us? So if you've researched their company, you could say in response to the question, why do you want to work for us, this: I want to work for you because, having researched your company, you are clearly innovative and forward thinking. You offer products and services that your customers love, and I feel this is a place I will be supported at in my work and be able to reach my full potential. So before you attend your job interview, visit the website of the company you are applying to work at, take a look at their About Us page and their history, have a look at their products and services, and don't forget to check out their latest social media posts. Last minute interview tip number 2 is to make sure you read the job description before you attend the interview. Now, I cannot emphasize enough how much the job description will help you to pass your interview with flying colors. Now, it takes less than 2 minutes to read a job description, and if you have an interview coming up soon, this is a surefire way to gain an advantage over the competition. So the job description is basically a blueprint for the role that you are applying for, and the job description lists the key skills and qualities you will need to perform to a high standard in the role. So if you read the job description before your interview, it gives you an idea as to the strengths the interviewer is looking for. So when the hiring manager says to you during your interview, what experience do you have relevant to this position, or what are your greatest strengths, you can then answer these questions by matching them with the ones that are listed on the job description. Last minute interview tip number 3 is to make sure you look online to see what interview questions have been asked of recent candidates. So websites such as Glassdoor allow previous interview candidates the opportunity to share their experiences of what it was like being interviewed for that particular company. And Glassdoor may also give you an indication of the type of interview questions being currently asked by the hiring manager. So let's assume you are being interviewed by McDonald's, for example. Simply search online for McDonald's interview questions Glassdoor, and at the top of the search results you will see a page that takes you through to the latest interview questions being asked by McDonald's. Alternatively, you can simply search for the job role that you are applying for to get a broader range of interview questions being currently asked across all companies. So, for example, if you are applying to be an admin assistant, search online for admin assistant interview questions Glassdoor, and you will be presented with a whole host of interview questions currently being asked for that role. So last minute interview tip number 3 is to make sure you search online before your interview to see what questions are currently being asked. Last minute interview tip number 4 is to make sure you get your introduction prepared before your interview. Now, at the very start of your interview, the hiring manager is going to say to you either, tell me about yourself, or introduce yourself. Now, it is important you give a confident answer that focuses on how you are going to be a good fit for the role. So if you give a great response to this first interview question, it then sets you up with confidence for the rest of the interview. So here's a great example job interview introduction to help you. Thank you for inviting me to be interviewed for this position today. Before I applied, I read the job description to make sure I had the necessary skills and qualities needed for the role. I would describe myself as adaptable, a strong collaborator, a creative problem solver, and someone who can be relied upon to represent your company positively whilst dealing with customers or clients. Over the years, I have built up numerous transferable skills that I believe will be a good fit for this role. For example, in my previous job, I was responsible for helping the business increase sales by offering outstanding customer service, and I always looked for ways to help the company save money by being efficient when ordering stock or whenever I was going about my duties. Being a positive person and someone who is adaptable to change, this means I can come into the role and quickly help the team I am a part of achieve the company's business objectives. And last minute interview tip number 5 is going to really help you to pass your interview. And that's to think about what you can do for their company in the role. Now, one of the best ways to prepare for any job interview, if you have very little time available, is to write down a list of 5 things you can do to help their company move forward if they give the job to you. Now, the majority of candidates only think about themselves and what they can get from the job and the company they are applying to work for. But you are going to be different. So here's a list of 5 things you might say during your interview that shows you are going to add value to their company in the role. Number 1, you are a fast learner and someone who needs little supervision or monitoring moving forward. This means they won't have to spend their valuable time monitoring or continually supervising you. Number 2, you always take ownership of challenges and problems at work. Now, most people go straight to their manager or supervisor whenever they encounter issues, but you are going to be different in this role. You are going to take ownership. Number 3, you have a creative mindset, which means you will always look for ways to help the business sell more products to customers and also attract new customers to the business. Number 4, you are the type of person who never shies away from responsibility. You will take on as much work as possible and you will always be adaptable and flexible and help the business whenever it encounters last-minute problems or issues. And number 5, you will be a positive role model for their business in the role. So this means you will always treat their customers well and you will act in a manner that is representative of their company brand, because this in turn will then help them to retain customers and also increase positive reviews for the company online. So there's 5 last minute interview tips to help you be the standout candidate. Now, just very quickly before you go, obviously you need to prepare solid answers to the interview questions that are going to come your way. However, you don't have much time to prepare. Therefore, I have created for you 21 short answers to tough interview questions in an easy to access PDF guide, and you can get a copy of that right now by clicking that link in the top right hand corner of the video. Make sure you check that out. Finally, don't forget to subscribe. Please hit the like button because that motivates me to create more videos for you, and you can also connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. Make sure you check that out. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best for passing your interview.